Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I'm going to do kind of a continuation of my last video. I have spent most of today trying to get videos to upload to YouTube, and I finally got that first video uploaded to YouTube. And it had really a couple of premises. First premise is, or really three premises. The first is that everything that we're seeing in digital assets, specifically Ripple and R3, but came from the financial crisis of 2008. And what I believe is that two core companies, BNY Mellon and BlackRock, sit at the very top, and maybe JP Morgan, but they sit at the very top of all of this, everything that has happened. Okay, but I believe BlackRock is the big kahuna. Okay, so before I do this the other premises, first is that that's where the financial crisis is where this came. Second is that BlackRock and BNY Mellon are the core companies. But what I'm really getting at is, and what I kind of hinted at, or maybe I just said in that last video, is that there are no coincidences that this company R3 Capital that happened to be at ground zero of the Lehman Brothers thing. And then all of a sudden we get R3, one of the core companies in all of this, we get R3. So first, to do this video, I wanted to first, for those of you that don't know, let you know who BlackRock is. And I can't remember if I've shown this video before, but some of you haven't seen it. I want you to look at just how big and how significant BlackRock is. This is a kind of a cartoon video that lays it out pretty nicely.
There's a good chance you've never heard of BlackRock. Founded in only 1988, in less than 30 years, this American financial firm would grow to become the company that owns the world, managing assets worth $6.3 trillion. These are assets that belong to their clients, mainly the pension funds of ordinary people, teachers, police officers, nurses, and many more. And that's just the beginning. BlackRock has also developed a software platform called Aladdin to perform risk analysis for its clients. It receives sensitive data from banks, insurance companies, and other important institutions. Through Aladdin, BlackRock has insights about the management of financial assets worth another $20 trillion. BlackRock also has shares and voting rights in many of the biggest European companies, in sectors such as energy, oil and gas, transportation, food, and of course, finance. The company holds public debt in the form of bonds and has real estate interests. And still, there's more. R-Rock, you see, wears many hats. Aside from being an investor, it is also an auditor and an advisor. Governments and central banks invite a BlackRock subsidiary called BlackRock Solutions to audit them and to provide advice about the management and rescue of banks. Yet at the same time, BlackRock is often a major shareholder in these same banks. In other words, the company often sits on both sides of the table. BlackRock Solutions gets privileged access to highly sensitive information that could be valuable to BlackRock itself. Does this constitute a conflict of interest? No, says BlackRock, which claims that the company has established Chinese walls between its different subsidiaries. In January 2018, BlackRock's founder and chairman, Larry Fink, sent a letter to all of the CEOs of the companies BlackRock is invested in, asking them to do more than deliver financial performance and make a positive contribution to society. So BlackRock not only owns the world, it also wants to save it?
Okay, so that gives you a pretty good picture of just how significant BlackRock is. Now, the premise of my video before this was, it's really just a theory I have, and that is that this company, R3 Capital, that was, remember, and let's go back over that just so we're clear. BlackRock, I was showing this section here. This is BlackRock's Wikipedia. So the U.S. government contracts with BlackRock in the financial meltdown of 2008. Okay, and it says, according to Vanity Fair, the financial establishment in Washington and on Wall Street believed that BlackRock was the best choice for the job. So BlackRock, and then I showed you BNY Mellon. So these two companies seem to be the chosen ones by the U.S. government. BlackRock, it says then in 2009, BlackRock became the #1 asset manager in the world. The third line here is the important one. In April 2009, BlackRock acquired R3 Capital Management LLC. And I told you that's the first time I've ever seen the word R3 except with relation to R3, the company, the digital asset company. But I believe that this company, this R3 Capital Management, is where they got their name. And I'm going to show, and in order to prove that, or in order to really show you why I think that's true, I'm going to take it a step further, and we're going to look into the founder of R3 and see what his background is. And his name is David Rutter. Okay. So, but before we go to David Rutter, I want to show you something else that happened. For some reason, it was important for BlackRock to acquire R3 Capital Management during the financial crisis or after the financial crisis. But that's not all they did. They also took 10 from R3 Capital among 12 signing in with BlackRock. So 10 people came from BlackRock. The 10 R3 veterans cited are among the most senior of more than 40 employees from the hedge funds firm's offices in New York, London, Singapore that will join BlackRock. It says all these people, they will be supervised by Rick Reeder, which I showed you a video of him in the last video, R3's president and CEO, who was named a BlackRock managing director and leader of the firm's alternatives fixed income. And then it shows these guys, and let's see, these guys will, okay, these two R3 veterans, these two guys, they will join the BlackRock Securitized Assets Group and its Leveraged Finance Group. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that not only did they buy this company, for some reason this company was very significant, this R3 Capital. Not only did they buy them, but they took 10 of their employees and brought them into BlackRock, and many of them are there to this day. So my crazy idea is that R3, the company in digital assets that David Rutter created, got its name from this R3. And the reason I'm saying that is because I believe, like I told you, everything was hatched from the financial crisis, including the people and their idea, the people who were burned, the people who were there, and their ideas on how they're going to fix it and how we're going to prevent this type of a liquidity crisis from ever happening again. So in comes David E. Rutter. So what's David? Now he's the founder of R3. What is David E. Rutter's background? Well, if you look right here, it says in 2014 he founded R3, an enterprise software firm that built blockchain platform Corda. Remember, Corda Settler uses XRP. It's the first digital asset that it uses. But then down here it says Rutter founded Liquidity Edge in 2015 to provide. And what I'm trying to do here, folks, just so you know, is I wanted to see if there was a link between David Rutter and BlackRock, and there is a bright, shining, blaring link that really, to me, shows that I'm right about this. Rutter founded Liquidity Edge in 2015 to provide an alternative trading model for U.S. Treasuries market. Liquidity Edge recorded a daily trading record of $31 billion in February 2019. Liquidity Edge was acquired by MarketAxess on the 1st of November 2019. Well, here's my theory. Liquidity Edge, his company, now look, he's got R3 that he founds in 2014 that is really, it's running alongside Liquidity Edge because it started in 2014, Liquidity Edge in 2015. What I believe is that these companies, that he was right there inside of talking with these guys at BlackRock while all this is going on, and I'm going to show you why I think that. Liquidity Edge was acquired by MarketAxess in 2019. Well, let's look what MarketAxess is. MarketAxess is an international financial technology company that operates on electronic trading platform, institutional credit markets, Let's see, the guy that started it, MarketAxess, was founded in 2000 by Richard McVeigh, who is still the company's chairman and chief executive officer. Here's an interesting part. McVeigh originally proposed the model for MarketAxess in 1999 as a part of JP Morgan's Lab Morgan program, which was designed by bank executives' ideas for using web-based technology. He launched the company as an independent venture in 2000 with $24 million in capital, which he raised from the market participants, including Bear Stearns. So both J.P. Morgan and Bear Stearns of which was lost in the financial crisis, right? Well, J.P. Morgan's an investor here. They're in the game too. J.P. Morgan and BlackRock are at this table, okay? But let's see how BlackRock comes into this picture. Let's see, right about here. The company, this MarketAxess, went public in 2004. In 2012, MarketAxess announced a partnership to link up with BlackRock's Aladdin platform, which hosts more than $10 trillion of client assets as a part of its plans to develop an all-to-all electronic marketplace. That year, it announced the launch of its all-to-all trading marketplace, Open Trading, in 2000, and then down, BlackRock's everywhere in here. In 2015, MarketAxess and BlackRock extended their open trade partnership already in place in the U.S. to European credit markets, to the alliance, which benefits BlackRock clients using its Aladdin platform, aimed to improve liquidity and reduce transaction costs for European market participants. That year, MarketAxess open trading platform had a record, But anyway, so BlackRock is here. BlackRock is here from 2012. They're all up in here. So meanwhile, this MarketAxess buys Liquidity Edge in 2019. So the question is, does it defy belief? The idea, you've got 2012 to 2015. This is a company, this Liquidity Edge is obviously a company that they were probably working with on some level in all of this. So my point in going over all this is you can see that direct link to BlackRock with David Rutter. Now, they're not going to be seen in pictures together and all that. But what I believe, if you really lay all this out, what I believe happens is, first, in the financial crisis, BlackRock takes over, the federal government puts them in charge. They take over this R3 Capital Markets. All these people from R3 Capital Markets they were going under because of Lehman Brothers. So these are all people that were there. They're taken into BlackRock. These are all people that are in the know. They were there. They have the experience to be the people that you would look to get together and solve the problem. So in my mind, I can totally see these guys sitting in a room. They've got this brilliant guy in David Rutter who comes along. He's involved in the industry. He's got a company that's Liquidity Edge. The whole problem back then was liquidity. We see that the company that buys him is all tied up with BlackRock. So over these years, you know that there was interaction. So somewhere in here, what I'm saying is I believe that the name R3 came from these guys. These are R3 Capital Markets. I believe he got that name just from being in those circles. They could have even all been sitting at a table at one point. Maybe this is all crazy, but I like I said in the last video, I don't think there's any coincidences. I wanted to show you just to let you know how significant this BlackRock Aladdin platform. It's not just some platform. This is the core of their entire business, is Aladdin by BlackRock. Uncertain times demand more clarity. In response to turbulent market conditions, BlackRock is offering a single date whole risk portfolio analysis generated by its proprietary Aladdin platform. So this platform is BlackRock. It's everything about BlackRock. Well, I'm not going to make this video too long, but I wanted to finish up just by showing you this MarketAxess company, which bought David Rutter's company, and who is right there in this relationship with BlackRock. Who owns it? Well, the Vanguard Group, BlackRock, State Street, which owns part of SBI Holding, JP Morgan. Can't make this stuff up, folks. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. and tell your friends and family that BlackRock and BNY Mellon are at the top of the stack, and they are all over this Ripple R3 thing. And those two companies are the ones that are about to change the entire world. Those and PolySign. Thank you for listening.